Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another Obby Creator video. My name is Roro Studios, and today we're going to be building floors 5 through 6 of Citadel of Abstraction, the Citadel for Ring 2 of my JTOH rings in Obby Creator. Today I'm joined by my sister.
Hello.
Now specifically, this floor is going to be a long button speedrun, but we're going to make it really cool, so it's like, yeah, you'll see. Anyway, if you want to play what we build in today's video, here's the Obby ID right here, and yeah, let's go. As I build this, I've been taking some inspiration from the comment section. For example, on these two floors, which we built last video of the series, this, it divided into 4 sides, was inspired by a comment. If you have any ideas for the Citadel of your own, then please leave a comment, and I might end up doing that. And so we're actually going to take inspiration from 2 comments today. The one for the button speedrun idea is right here. I have an idea for the next 2 floors. Floor 5 can be a button speedrun with shower crossings, and the 6 could be a puzzle floor that has a statue of Citadel of Corruption or Eternal Corruption in the middle. Citadel of Eternal Corruption is the Ring 1 Citadel. Now I'm not going to do the puzzle floor thing. I might do that in a later floor. So I'm going to make these 2 floors be the button speedrun. I do think I'll do the Citadel of Eternal Corruption statue in the middle, because that sounds cool. Now, we're also going to be taking inspiration from this comment. Floor 5 through 6 should have different materials for each part, so it's like the Citadel is glitching. Oops. I keep knocking over this for at rest. Yes, it's possible to do that. Then the walls could maybe be that checkered pink and black texture. Now, I'm going to combine these 2 comments in a way that I think will look really cool. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Floor 4 ended right here. You're going to jump to this 1 stud. I just need to put in the frame here. Okay, I just put in the frame for the next 2 floors. So now to make this change colors when you go between the frame, I just need to do that quickly. I didn't have that before because there was no frame. So now what I'm doing is making these 2 parts here change colors between the frame. There we go. And let's view it with the effects you get on this floor. Oh, and I also forgot to add the neon thing here, which, yeah, I did that off camera in between this episode and the previous one. All right, great. So at the end of this floor, you're going to do that wraparound. You're going to jump up here, and then you're going to jump up here. And I think here's what I'm going to do. So there's, the atmosphere, I guess, of this floor is going to be a lot different from the one on here. So I think we're going to make a ladder that goes up to, here, and then you're going to drop down a thing inside the tower, just so it's an easier transition between the 2 atmospheres, I guess, if that makes any sense. And so you can't go backwards to the outside section after you get all the effects changed. All right, there we go. My sister's currently putting the neon thingy inside the truss. So you're going to jump in here, and then, yeah, we still need to put that in there. But let's also go ahead and put the bottom of this floor. I guess we'll keep it at half a stud, because this is actually going to be like lava beneath here, or an insta-kill. But then again, you might be able to accidentally hit it through here. So let's actually make it 1. There we go. Okay, so now that's done. So you're going to jump down here, and then we just need a way to actually get out. Alright, so here we are. You're going to jump through here, and then just walk out this. So now we change a bunch of effects. Okay, here's the effects I changed. I changed the time of day to 0, the fog end to 200, I think. Yeah, and the fog color to red. Now there is an issue, which is that you can walk out of here before all the effects are removed. So you're going to make it so there's a timed door that you can't actually see. It's going to be 5 seconds or something, so you can't actually get out until that passes, which should be enough time to apply all the effects. Actually, it probably won't really be possible to make it be invisible, so let's actually just do this as make objects visible for 5 seconds, and it activates that. Alright, great. That works. I'll increase the time if I have to, which I might have to because the music is going to change, but we'll worry about that later. But now for the button that's going to start the button speedrun. Now we have the button added in. I added this skull texture if you want. This is the same asset that the actual Kilbrick particles in JTOH use. Here's the ID for it if you want. Now we're going to mess with the timer, how long it actually is after I build the parkour. But something that's going to be a problem is that you can only have a single button linked to 30 different parts. And so what I was planning to do was, after we run out of that, we'll make it just so you press another button. So we're going to build the parkour here, and then we'll add some cool effects. Alright, my sister's finishing up the parkour here, and I'm gonna explain some of the effects we're gonna add to here. Like, not like the effects I put in here. If you remember last Saturday, I posted playing requested Obby's number 6 and not this video. That was just because I was kind of busy, and so I didn't really have time to record and edit a full building video, because playing requested Obbies don't take quite as long as the building videos. But that was 100% calculated, because Obby Creator actually got an update that's going to allow us to make this floor even better than we would have had we built that in last Saturday's video. Specifically, the update changed some of the mechanics of moving parts, so essentially you can make like a Flood Escape 2 style thing. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I might need to look at the changelog to see how exactly how to do this, or maybe I can figure it out. Now previously, if you were to just button activate a moving platform, then like it could, like if you're trying to do this, like it would be in a random, it would be wherever it was in its moving cycle. So like if we had this rising up and then we had a moving part activated, the lava could be like above you or on top of you, and so like there would really be no way to deal with that, and so you really couldn't do that. There were ways you could get around it if it was, but really that was only the only practical use of that was in an obby solely dedicated to a Flood Escape 2 style thing. But now I think we have like, yeah, it's this button activated and touch activated. Yeah, so those were like the main changes. So this is useful if you're making like an elevator, I guess. Touch activated. Continuous is the previous thing. And button activated. Okay, it has to reach the end cycle of that to work, to like stop. But I think if we add a button and then, is it activate moving parts? Or no, it's now just called activate parts. It was previously like activate fading parts. I think now it can do like falling parts. Yeah, alright, perfect. Now we're gonna have to put 2 buttons here. Like, this button is going to start, like, the whole button speedrun, and we can't make this also activate the moving platform, because this is a make objects invisible button and not an activate parts button. So we're going to put an invisible button around this button, or probably more inside it. Now let's just make it invisible and activate parts. Yeah, it's already linked to that. So when you step on this, this is going to start rising. So with that, we can actually extend this across the entire floor. And so this will be the lava before you press the button, and it will be after, but it's going to start rising now. So that way we can add an extra layer of intenseness to this. So let's give this a test. Yes. Okay, I set this reverse thing to false, which as you can see when I do that, it's not going to go back down until I press the button again. So you can see it's in that state, and then when you press this again, it'll go down, I think. Okay, never mind. But that doesn't matter for what we're doing here, because we want it to not obviously drain again. We don't want the lava to just, like, drain again once you reach the top. Even though we're going to make it so you can't even come back to this floor anyway. But, whatever. Okay, actually, I don't know why it didn't go back down when I pressed it, because that is actually what is supposed to happen. So you can see it reached the top. I pressed again. It goes down. I guess I just missed the button or something. So we're going to actually make it, like, rise all the way up to the top here after we build the parkour. And then we'll, like, mess with it to make sure it, like, you actually have time to get up there and it's not impossible or whatever. So now this button, let's connect to all of these dark red platforms. Okay, that's done. Now let's change this time to like 100 or something to time how long this takes. So now let me just complete the parkour. It's kind of hard to see. I'll change the color of the lava below so it's easier to tell. Okay, I missed the last jump, but that took how long is that? That took like 30 seconds. Maybe, I guess we could make it get less and less of a time to complete it, like as the proportion between the amount of time to complete the parkour and the amount of time it gives you. Like if it's a shorter section, then 30 seconds is a lot, but if it's a longer section, then it's not. That rhymed. Alright, with 30 seconds, let's give this a try. And I already fell, but that's fine. Alright, that is a little bit of a tight timing though, so you know what, let's make it like 40 seconds. Because it is the first one. I've turned the color of this down. The neon makes it kind of appear the same color, other than there's no neon glow, so you can see a lot better. So up here is where the next button is going to be. Okay, there we go. And now we need to just put in the parkour for this button. Alright, we finished this section, and it's going to end right here. Now we'll show the parkour at the end of the video, and we show the whole 2 floors start to finish. So let's add a button that's right here. Let's make this one be dark green. Okay, instead of just time-lapsing building this section, this button section, this might be the last one, it might not. I guess we'll find out. But instead of just time-lapsing it, I think I'll commentate over it this time. Now, I think it would be cool if we had moving parts like coming in and out of the wall. Okay, now this is good here, but I think an easing will make this better. Let's do exponential. Now let's add a few of these. And then we should also change the move offset to be the opposite so they kind of alternate. That'll add a little bit of an extra challenge too. It's not quite as difficult as beat blocks because there is like a few seconds, well it's more like 1 second, where there are multiple like out at once. Okay, I think 4 is good enough. Now let's put a conveyor here. We'll make it go like we're gonna make it unmarked, but we're gonna make it be all the way over here. Or like this long. You're gonna jump like across this direction, so like you'll have time to react. And I think we're gonna make it so you ladder flick off of here now. Or something like you jump on here next. You'll jump onto there now. Okay, next up is going to be a wraparound. This is 8 studs. No, it's 9 studs. Then this is an 11.5 stud jump. This says, watch out, these kill bricks deal 35 damage. And so you're going to have to, like, land on this one to actually progress. And then let's put another safe platform here. Well, I guess it's not completely safe because, of course, there is the lava rising behind you. But you know what I mean? Maybe. So, like, you need to be extra careful here because you don't exactly have time to heal up. Then you'll do that. Actually, let's make it more difficult by moving this over. Okay. I don't think you'll be able to cheese it by just jumping to here, because I think by the time you get over here, this button, which is the one that activates these, will have run out. Okay, I have a cool idea for what to do next. So you're going to go into a small room, and you're going to complete a push box. The room itself is not going to be button activated because then the push box would fall off because the button is not gonna, or the push box is not gonna be activated by the button. I was thinking I'd put it outside the tower, but then the lava wouldn't get to you, and unless I made it like stick out of the tower, which would look really weird. So instead, we'll put it inside. Now this isn't button activated, but there's gonna be more of these green button activated platforms after that. So if you stay here too long, you'll get soft locked. And if you stay here too long also, then the lava will get to you and kill you. Okay, new session of recording. It's the same day. I'm in a public server now because my private server decided it didn't want to exist anymore, and it's just not there. I don't know why. Maybe that's just a glitch, but whatever. Anyway, I've decided we're actually going to build a 3rd floor in this video. In this push box section, you push it up. I kind of want to put that there, which I think should make it a little bit easier so it doesn't fall off here. And you'll use this push box to jump up on top of this wall. Alright, I also just put in this next floor. After this, I guess you'll jump to a green sphere, and then another one. I want to make sure you can't wall hop and like be able to cheese the thing even if you run out of time. So I guess we'll put the Citadel of Eternal Corruption statue in the middle of this floor, because I kind of forgot to do that on the other one. So I think we'll put a 12 by 12 platform in the middle here, and then we'll put these things that are kind of supporting it, so it looks a little bit more realistic, even though there already are floating platforms in the Citadel, but whatever. And you can actually do that, so let's move these over here. So you have to jump on those like that. Now, I'm too lazy to build the statue right now. I'm probably going to do that off camera, because if I want to make it the same color, then I have to, like, go to that obby slot, then get the colors of the floors, and then, like, probably what I'm going to do is put them in a Google Doc, so that way I don't have to keep switching between obbies, which would take forever. Just so I can get the exact colors. You can't use this eyedropper tool between obbies, but I'll type in the RGB values in a Google Doc and do that. Or I just thought of another idea. I could put some random parts on the ground and color those the same as the floors, and then save that as a pre-made to move that over to this obby slot. And then I could just eyedrop the colors from there. That might actually be what I do. I don't know. But I guess those are a few different methods you could use to do something like that. Anyway, this is also where the button is going to be. Let's duplicate this part and put it underneath here. And let's make it a little bit smaller to add a little bit of an extra challenge. And then you should be able to jump onto there, I think. Maybe. Let me lower it down a little bit. Okay, great. Let's make this one a dark blue color. And can you jump back up? You can. I want to make it so you can't jump back up. So we're going to do something like this. This should be fine as long as you can't make that jump, which I don't think you can. But I'll move it up a little bit just in case. But point being, you can't jump back up here. And so when you press this blue button, it's going to activate platforms that allow you to get to another button, as well as take you back up here. Then that button will be up there, I guess. if that makes sense. So let's start off with a tightrope. You know those wraparounds where you jump like underneath it? I'm gonna do one of those but slanted. Let's see if I'm able to do that. Okay, here we go. You're gonna jump onto here and then there. And then let's also put a platform here, so you have to do a slanted head hitter, except then you can just jump on here, can't you? I have an idea. Let's make it so this is like broken off so you can't walk over there. And so actually let's lower this. We can just do this to save on part limit a little bit. So let's just put a long platform here, and so you'll walk on top of this. Now let's place a part down here with a jump pad on top. So you'll jump down like that so you can jump back up. To end off this blue button section, let's place a 6x6 platform up here with the button underneath it. Let's make this one a yellow color. Then let's put a truss in the middle of it. And there we go. Except let's just make this color so that it doesn't look weird, so it's not just a random floating button. So you'll walk up and press the button like that, or climb up, I guess. You should do it on this side, I suppose, so you can just jump down. I think what that button can activate is going to be right here. It'll like kind of repair this so you can walk across. So this will appear and you can walk up this. I think here's what I want to do now. Let's put trusses on each of these 6 thingies. And let's color them yellow because they're going to be activated by that button. I was going to make it so that only some of these you can actually climb up, and so you have to pick the right one. I think I'll do 3, so it's a 50-50 chance because it's 3 out of 6, which reduces to 1.5. However, if they're button activated, they're always can collide true. This isn't a perfect fix, but we can do this and just make this invisible. The only flaw with this is that you'll still be able to walk into this before you make that can collide true. Before you actually press the button, which will be a little bit strange, but probably no one's going to do that anyway, and even if they do, it doesn't affect anything really. So the ones you can't climb up are going to be this one, and this one. Now when you climb up here, I want it to be the same distance regardless of which one you climbed up. We'll make it so you go to one of the corners, because that should be the same distance for all directions. And then you'll jump on top of here, and then to here. I guess we'll do another tightrope with a wraparound. Let's make it have a wraparound, because I want to. Okay, here we go. These will connect to the ceiling once I put that in there. So I think to end off these 3 floors, I'm not going to put a 0.25, but I will put one of these. Well, it's kind of a 0.25, I guess. So with the ceiling in here, you'll be able to complete this and then jump onto the next floor. Alright, so that wraps up the parkour of this. I also made these attached to the ceiling. So now it's time to connect everything and make it work how I want it to. So first, let's make the rising lava work how I want it to. It needs to go all the way up here. I was thinking on the next floor, I'd make it so it fills in a platform beneath you so you can't go back down. But I guess the lava will be behind you, but it won't necessarily. I don't know, maybe I'll still do that. But that's the height I want it to go to, 1 stud below the top of here. And that's going to be way too fast. But that does look cool. This is like a fast demonstration of what it's going to look like. Well, minus the visual effects that I did with the advanced tools parts, because I don't feel like stepping on those again. Anyway, if we change the moving time to let's just do 200 for now. It's not as simple as a button where I would just time how long it takes me to get up there. Because you know, it might take you a while to get up this height, but then very quick to get up that height or something. So I really just gotta test this and make everything work how I want it to. Alright, so I just played through all of it. I did notice a few things I want to change. Let's make this extend out more. Of course I selected the wrong one, literally, why wouldn't I? Just so you have more time to react, to jump onto this one. This also is too slow. Or it's too low, I mean. So it's really hard to, you have to go really fast to get to it in time. So let's instead just put it on the end of this platform. We can use dragging to do that. Just disable it right after I'm done using that so that I don't drag the frame out of position like I've done several times before. But either way, because the whole round is on the line, let's increase the time to 250. That's about 4 minutes, I think. Now I actually want to change the look of the lava here. Okay, here we go. So this is the lava texture of the lava in Flood Escape 2, but this decal that I actually used here, which the ID is right here if you want it, I actually uploaded this. What I did was I just downloaded the original one and then put an orange background to it. So yeah, that also kind of changed the color of this to orange, but yeah. Unfortunately, I can't do the same effect that's in Flood Escape 2 where it's kind of moving along here. And actually, I just had another idea. What if instead I just duplicated that. Oopsie. What if instead of an image, I do a texture, which is a repeating image? So let's put in the same decal. Okay, there. Really, I don't know why I even did that. it does make the quality a little bit better. And I guess I would recommend doing that if you're using this texture, even if it's not this one, like if it's the original. Because that way you can have, like, if it's on a really large part, especially if it's not a square, then it won't, like, stretch the image or enlarge it or make it, which would make it low quality or anything like that. So I recommend doing a texture instead. Also, even though this is unmarked, you might be like going through this fast, and then this would like push you off of where you were originally trying to go, and so then you wouldn't land on the truss. So let's put a sign with just an exclamation mark. Okay, I put some exclamation marks on the wall here. I made the sign that they're on be invisible. Hopefully that will help mark that conveyor. Now, my original like idea of what this floor is going to look like, actually had kind of a lot to do with the music, kind of. I normally don't say much about the music. I usually don't even add that during the video. I just come in later and put that in. But if you saw Thursday's video, which was an edited down live stream, someone in the live stream chat when I was streaming that was asking about Geometry Dash. And I've actually decided the music on these 3 floors is going to be the song that plays in the final level of the Fire Gauntlet in Geometry Dash, which is like 5 levels, the gauntlet, and so the last level is called Magmatic Sanctuary, I believe, with the song, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. And so that's the song I'm going to be using. And so I was thinking, like, this is kind of in the level as well. When the music gets more dramatic, I guess, it like randomly changes your speed a whole bunch. So what I'm going to do here is, as you get through here, you're going to hit invisible buttons that like make stuff fall apart. If there's a camera shake effect, then I definitely would do that. If one gets added, I'll probably come back here and add that, maybe, if I feel like it. But I'm also gonna, it's supposed to be that the Citadel is glitching, and so that's where the pink and black checkered texture thing is gonna come in. That's also going to appear with buttons. I think that's gonna look pretty cool. And lava is gonna spill out of the walls as well. I don't think it'll insta-kill you, and so it'll just be decoration. But that's essentially what we're gonna do. I'm gonna, like, go ahead and put in the music part here, and like play through this with music to see like about where you are when the music starts to get more intense. That way I can decide where to put the buttons. There's not much to see during that. If I were recording this, I have to cut it out anyway because of copyright. I don't know if that specific song is copyrighted, but I don't want to risk it. Anyway, let's just do a jump cut. And with that, we've finished the Citadel. I mean, no, the floors, just these floors. Now, it might look like everything is no longer here, but that's just because the button, they don't appear until you press the buttons now. Now, here's how we made the glitching texture thing work. You might already notice these here. And so, like, here's the first button that makes them appear. But here's how we did that. I tried to make it so that it just made the part visible, and I had modify effects set to true. But for some reason, the decal just wasn't appearing because it was being difficult. And so what I did instead was use an idea from this comment, which was actually for, like making the arrows on a conveyor invisible when the conveyor itself was invisible, which involved using 0.99 transparency parts with the glass texture. So what we decided to do instead was these buttons actually deactivate glass platforms. Behind the glass platforms are the thing already with the texture on here. Now the part itself is invisible, but the texture is not, or decal, I mean. Decal and image are the same thing. Officially, they're called decals, but in Obby Creator, they're called images. Anyway, by deactivating this, you're able to see the glitched texture. There are a few flaws with this system, which is with the lowered fog end you have in here. You can still see the glass parts. Also, if you put your view up to the wall on one of the glass things, you can see the thing through there. But those are minor issues that there's really nothing I can do about anyway, so I'm not going to worry about them. You might have noticed this right here. If you zoom too far out, if there's such a small distance between two parts, like right here, it's like 0.1, I think, between the glass part and the checker texture. Free Bobucks long Obby. But you can see, it's like when you zoom farther away, it doesn't render it the same as when you're up close. But luckily, this area is small enough that even if you're in the back corner like this, you can't see them up there. These ones are just activated. That's why you can still see those. Like, because I pressed the button. Okay, let me fix that. You can also see the glass parts if you hover over this in edit mode, but that doesn't even matter. And so with that, we can show you the whole thing. I don't know how I'm just walking in lava. There, I needed a jump to update it, I guess. So once again, here's the RAD if you wish to come play this. And so you want to walk over here, and here's the 4th floor teleporter, along with the other ones. Actually, no, this isn't the 4th floor. I'm not going to put a teleporter to floor 4, which is that one, because you go in and out of floor 3 and 4 on these 2 floors, which I built in the previous Citadel of Abstraction video. Right now, you can only teleport to floor 5 of the button speedrun section. Off camera, I'll probably see if I can figure out a way I can make the effects and timers still apply, even if you teleport, like, to during the section, aka at the start of floor 6 or 7. Anyway, let's begin. So it teleports you here, and then you have to wait 5 seconds to be able to get out to ensure all the effects apply. So the reason I put the music part only activate once you press the button is so that, like, the music better syncs up with what's actually going on. Like, if it starts here, then you can still wait, and it's going to be at the intense part of the song, and then nothing's even really happening. That wouldn't be too much of an issue, but okay. Also, there's already something not working right. Now again, I would play the song to show you how it syncs up with the things going on, but I don't want to risk it. If you come play this obby for yourself, then you'll see, I guess. So you complete those jumps. I might end up nerfing some stuff. Some of this stuff is pretty tricky. That, along with the, like, time limit you're on. Yeah. There's another thing that didn't get linked. Okay, that's fixed. I also had to move these because it was at the max button limit. And so when you get here, this one is 30 seconds. The different buttons are different time limits because of the differing lengths of the button sections. That I just pressed the first button that adds in the checkered platforms, or whatever, checkered detail thingy. You have a ladder flick there, and then here's the screen button section. So you gotta time your jumps with the moving platforms. And you can see the lava has begun to appear as well. Now let's not miss the jump. This is a 9-stud wraparound. This is an 11.5 stud jump. So that says, watch out, these kill bricks deal 35 damage. I think I'm going to delete this one, so you don't walk onto it after doing the long jump. Okay, another thing was not activated, but you're supposed to, like, jump off of there and onto there. If you didn't step on any of the other red kill bricks, then you'll be fine. Like, you'll have enough health to do that. Now in here you have this push box section. It's a little bit annoying. If I feel like nerfing it, I might. Or you're trying to get it up to this platform, or like right here, so that you can boost yourself onto this platform. Then you do these sphere jumps with another thing that's not linked properly. There, so you'll jump like that, and then that adds some more glitchy platforms. Again, we'll add in the Citadel of Eternal Corruption statue, but then you have this blue platform. So you jump underneath here, do that, then you jump over here. There's another thing that hasn't been linked. There was a lot of button linking in this, so that's why this problem has come up like 8 times. Okay, well anyway, you do this to jump up here, and then you can jump here, and then you can press the yellow button, and then that activates this so you can get over here. And then you need to pick the right truss so you can get up here, and then you have these tightrope wraparounds, followed by these 0.25 studs that are attached to the wall. And then that's the end of the floor. This will probably get in the way of the Citadel statue, so I might have to replace that with some other jumps. Maybe I'll do it like it's like near the ceiling, so it's like kind of a no jump section. I guess that'll be what I do as a substitute if that gets in the way. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the video then. I really hope you enjoyed it. Here's the Obby ID once again if you want to come play this. And I had a ton of fun building these 3 floors up here. Again, if you have any predictions for the storyline or suggestions for what I should build in the future episodes of this series, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this down below if I didn't already say that. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing. And so I guess that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.